Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another episode of Bliss Tell. This is episode 4. And I was going to sing a bit of Adele to start off, like say hello, but my wife told me that I really shouldn't do this because not a lot of people watch this already, and we don't want to scare off even more people. For the record, I cannot sing. I wish I could, but I cannot. Anyway, so this week is crazy. Today, I don't know if you can tell, probably cannot, but I'm going absolutely crazy because today is the day that requires the most patience from me, and I don't do well with patience. In fact, I usually don't have any patience. I like things to be done right now. So anyway, today I need to have a lot of patience because there are four things happening. My BookBub ad is today on Friday the 30th, but the BookBub email only goes out tonight. Well, in US time it's 10 a.m. I think, but here in Hong Kong it'll already be 10 p.m. Which, I mean, by 10 p.m. I will have burned myself out so much just by being completely nuts today that I'll probably, be sleeping already, I think. But it doesn't matter anyway because, when the email comes out, that's just when the email comes out, it's not like immediate results. So tomorrow morning when I wake up, I hope to see good sales for At the Water's Edge, which is now 99 cents on all Amazon stores. I'm going to talk a bit more about At the Water's Edge later. But yeah, so the BookBub ad today is one of the factors driving me a bit nuts today. The other one is that I'm so close to finishing French Kissing. I'm about 3,000 words away from finishing, so tomorrow morning I'm going to do that. So tomorrow French Kissing should be done. The first draft, of course, needs a lot of work, but so that is very exciting. And I have to say there is a little whiff of finishing anxiety in the air. I always get that when I'm about to finish a book, especially with a longer work. The last 5,000 words are always so hard, and they should actually be most fun because so close to the end, but it's just always so hard. I don't know why. I think it's just a sort of anxiety, fear of finishing. So I'm experiencing a little bit of that right now, but luckily I've experienced this quite a bit before, so I know to just ignore it and just push through, because that's what writers do. We always push through. So the other thing that was supposed to drive me crazy in a not so good way is that I was supposed to get edits back for Release the Stars from my editor, but she actually emailed me this morning to say that that's going to be a few days late. So that's less of a crazy driving factor then, but I still have them coming. So, and I know it's going to require a lot of work because I talked about this last week. She already sent me an exhaustive note listing all the things that are wrong with the book and that need to be fixed. So I'm gonna have my hands full with that. And then there is I need to check my list because I always forget. Oh yes, of course, It Takes Two. It could be on Amazon any minute now, and this is probably what drives me crazy the most because of circumstance, and I think I will address this later as well because someone asked a question that also regards this. I can't upload to Amazon directly. We use a distributor, so I sent It Takes Two to the distributor on Wednesday, I think, and so I rely on them to upload it to Amazon. So I don't have direct information. So all I can do is I search on Amazon and wait for the book to come online. Usually it takes them about 2 days for it to go live. And the guy that I work with, he sent me an email. He sent me an email yesterday. I said, yeah, I'll be doing that today. So Usually takes about 24 hours for a book to go live on Amazon, so I'm impatiently waiting for that, like abusing the Amazon search box. But patience, patience is my word of the day, and it is driving me absolutely crazy. So I don't know if I would call these my highlights of the week, but I do have one very big highlight of the week, because on Goodreads someone called me what was the exact they called me charismatic and engaging. So I've been insufferable all week because of this. It's telling my wife, you see, I'm very charismatic and engaging. Which is, Nikki, thank you for calling me that. Nobody's ever called me that before, so thank you. So my other highlights of the week, except for going crazy today, I haven't been going crazy all week. I got a lot of work done, got a lot of writing done, and of course I came up with a new crazy plan, as I do. I should start calling it crazy plan of the week, but I know if I start calling it that this week, then next week I won't have one, because that's just how it is. So my crazy plan this week is, my plan is, after I finished French Kissing, the next thing I'm going to write is my spy novel that I've been talking about forever. I've been wanting to write this forever, and so that's going to be my first project, and I do intend this to be a series, a new series, not like French Kissing, but like a series of standalone novels, like more traditional. And then this Sunday I had an idea for another series, and this will be more a mystery series. So I can't tell you that much about it yet, because I don't know that much about it yet. But it's just an idea, and sometimes I have a lot of ideas, but this idea, it all depends on how excited you get about an idea, and I was getting so incredibly excited about this idea, so I was driving my wife nuts by talking about it all day on Sunday. So my plan for 2016 is, I think I might try to start 2 new series, so it's not that crazy a plan, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that, but it's first thing is the spy novel, so that's that. So I wanted to say something about At the Water's Edge. So At the Water's Edge is currently 99 cents. If you haven't read it yet, why not? Just kidding. But here's your chance. It's only 99 cents, And At the Water's Edge came out almost a year ago. It came out on 12 November 2014, so it's like just shy of 2 weeks. For its first anniversary, and I have to say I can absolutely not believe how well that book has done. I mean, when you write a book, and when I was writing it, I knew it was, for me at least, it was a very meaningful book. It was very hard to write. I was crying like the whole time. It's very emotional, and when you're writing it, you can dream about what this book can possibly accomplish, how well it can do. And I dream big sometimes, or all the time, most of the time, but for this book I could never have dreamed how well it has actually done, and the response to it has just been so overwhelming and so kind and very heartwarming. The book was definitely not an easy book for me to write. It was a very personal subject. And it's just, since it came out, it's been in the lesbian romance top 100 almost non-stop. It dropped out a few times, but always went back in, and it has exceeded all my expectations, really. Plus, also, it was my first full-length novel, and writing it, I made me realize that I want to write more novels. So this is totally in the plans for. This is my plan for the next year. So changed a lot for me, this book, because I really, if you've read the book, you know why. So if you haven't read it, get it now. It's only 99 cents. What are you waiting for? So yeah, at the Water's Edge 1 year anniversary. It's great. So, and this brings me, well, this is not a highlight of the week. I mean, my week consisted of writing French Kissing and just, yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I didn't hit my word count yet, but I wasn't expecting that to happen. Not with all the crazy things going on this week, so I will be writing more tomorrow and finishing that. So, but I did want to say something about I have one remaining goal left for this year, and except for reaching my word count goal for the year, which is 400,000 words. But that's, so that is something that I can control. Something I have less control over, so it's more a wish, I think, is that I would like one of my books to go below the 1,000 rank on Amazon. I've never had a book go below 1,000. So, and I've seen a few lesbian romance books go all the way up there. So I don't think It Takes Two is going to go that high, but maybe Release the Stars. It's novel length. It's been so. This is my one remaining goal for this year. Just excuse me. Just gonna have a drink. My nose is still blocked. When I get a cold, it just takes forever to get completely rid of it. Plus, it's also the pollution in the air here in Hong Kong. So, moving on. Next week, hopefully, It Takes Two will be out. So I've been looking forward to that a lot. Been getting some nice emails from my launch team. Most of the people who emailed me, the people who've emailed me to say they enjoyed it. So there were quite a few. So that makes me very happy, especially because it's Kay and Ella's story, and the continuation of that. So that's going to be exciting. Going to be doing a bit of promotion for that next week. Next week I will not be writing any new words. I hope not anyway, because this month in October I wrote this down. I've written 87,000 words already, which is I think my last record was 65. So this is a bit crazy. I've written so much, and I can feel it. It's like, there's only a certain amount of words I have in me for a month, and I feel like I'm almost empty. I need to take a break after writing French Kissing, and just replenish myself. And so next week, well, I do hope to get the edits for Release the Stars back on time, so I can start editing that on Monday, maybe Tuesday. So next week I'll mainly be doing that, which I don't like, although I need a break from writing badly. Editing is not my preferred activity. I hate editing, but it's a pretty crucial thing when you're a writer. It needs to be done. So but I know it's going to be grueling, because I've worked with this editor before, and she is not, she's good, but she's not kind. She doesn't sugarcoat it. So my poor fragile writer's ego is going to suffer a lot next week. So but it's okay, because on Friday, next Friday, so a week from today, I'm recording this on Friday lunchtime again, my family arrives in Hong Kong, and I'm going to have a week off. I'm going to have a week of holiday, spending time with them. So it's my mom and my sister and 2 friends are coming over for a week. And I'm looking forward to that, looking forward to the holiday, looking forward to spending time with my family and my sister. I have a twin sister. Maybe I should try to get her on the show. No, she won't want to do that. So that is really something to look forward to. So, moving on, questions. I have some questions. First, I have a leftover question from Wendy Tully from last week, who asks, will your books be coming out in audio? Will there be audio books of your books? And well, the answer is no, not anytime soon, because, and this is the same reason why I can't upload to Amazon directly. Well, not exactly the same, but having our business in Hong Kong is a little bit restrictive. I mean, well, tax is low, that's a good thing. But, like to have access to Audible ACX, Amazon's audio partner, and to have your books, you know, to make it easy to have your books available in audio format. You can't do that when you don't live in, when you don't have your company in the US or the UK at the moment. So I'm hoping they will expand it to international companies soon, but as long as they don't do that, we can't do it unless we set up a branch of our Hong Kong company in the UK, for instance, which we have thought about. So, but for the foreseeable future, there won't be any audiobooks, because if you want to, I mean, we could choose to create our own audiobooks, but that requires an investment that we do not have the money for right now. So I'm sorry to say, Wendy, you're gonna have a little bit more patience, but it's on our mind. We want to, but it's just a bit, it can't really be done for us right now. So I'm sorry. Moving on to the next question. I know I have a few more of yours to answer, so that's for next week. So WD40 Plus is back. I think all the questions came from the same people who asked questions last week. So other people asked me questions. Could be that only 3 people watch this, which is fine, you know. I mean, as with, well, I wouldn't even call this marketing. This is not marketing for me. It's connecting with my readers, and all marketing for me is just connecting with my readers. If I wouldn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. So you know, like, I enjoy this. I enjoy Facebook a lot, for instance. You know, it's my preferred marketing thing. Even though, I mean, it's not even marketing. It's just getting attention for myself, really, which I love. Anyway, Nikki, no, WD40 Plus asks a funny question. What's the sense of humor like in Hong Kong? Between brackets, does it exist? That's a good question. I mean, the Chinese, they have a very different sense of humor than us. I mean, I have a few local friends, and there's a difference, because a lot of local people have gone to college abroad, and when they've gone to college abroad, you know, the sense of humor is can relate to it more. But I have this friend here, a very good friend actually here, and he's Chinese, and you know, we would watch, I don't know, we would watch Miranda, for instance. Miranda is, which I think is like super funny. So when I laugh at, like, when she falls down or something, you know, I would laugh, and then he would laugh at something completely different. I don't have a good example right now, but I don't know. And when he makes a joke, I never get it. I never get his jokes, but he hardly ever gets my jokes either. It's very different. So there is definitely a cultural difference. But I would never say they don't have a sense of humor. They just have a different sense of humor, you know. So and then the same person asked, "What did you wear on the day of your wedding?" Okay, so we had our wedding. We went to the registry office in Belgium. I was on the Friday. I wore jeans. I wore jeans on the day of my wedding, because getting married, I mean, I'm happy to be married. I am, you know. I never thought it would make, psychologically, it would make like a difference, but it kind of does. I don't know. We didn't get married for like a huge romantic event, you know. That was not, I mean, we always say, oh, basically we have a marriage of convenience, because the reason why we finally did get married was because we were gonna move to Hong Kong, and we own a flat together in Belgium, and you know, the what do you call that in English, the notary, he said, the best thing you can do is get married. And you know, I'd asked Caroline to marry me a couple of times, but more in jest, because I always knew she's gonna say no, because she's not the marrying kind, let's put it like that. And she'd always said no, but then, you know, when that person said to us, the best thing you can do is get married, you know, for basically for financial reasons, because you never know what happens. So then we got married. So I don't know, maybe if we never moved to Hong Kong, we'd never gotten married. I don't know. But now we are married, and we are very happy to be married. I think I can speak for Caroline as well. Honey, say it in the comments. Are you happy to be married to me? But it's good, even though in Hong Kong our marriage is not recognized, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But so on the day of our wedding, I wore jeans and a blazer, bit of a fancy top. But then the day after, we had a party, huge party with all our friends and family, which was also our going away party, because we were leaving for Hong Kong not long after. And then I wore I wore a pantsuit, basically. I didn't wear a dress. I never wear a dress. You cannot punish me more than telling me to wear a dress. And even if you told me, I would never wear a dress. I don't wear a dress, That's just it. Why would I wear a dress? So I hope that answers your question. Maybe it's a bit of a different response than you would have expected. But let's move on to the next one. And we're staying in the wedding theme. So Nikki asks how the Chinese wedding went, and if it was very different from a Western wedding. And I would say yes, it was very different. Chinese weddings are usually held in like huge ballrooms in hotels. And so you have like a bunch of round tables set up, and like they shoved us, like the Western people, because there were not a lot of Western people, just us basically, our group of friends. They shoved us in a table, kind of like in the back, out of sight, and it's just, I don't know. It seems so grueling, a Chinese wedding. Like the bride, she has to change outfit like 5 times, I think. I don't know if there is like a minimum requirement, but a lot of times. And it's not like, she does not wear jeans on her wedding, These are elaborate dresses, and that poor girl, she had to just change and smile, and I don't know, I think they barely got to eat. They were like standing on the stage the whole time, like being photographed and talked about, and I felt a bit strange to me, a bit forced. So what was also strange is that they had the cake before dinner. So we arrived, everybody was already almost there, I think because they had a rehearsal before with the family, I don't know. And then we arrived and they were serving cake, which was very strange. It was, I don't know, 6 or something. And then after that, we sat down to dinner, which was a bit strange. What was also strange is that during dinner, there's like, I don't know, I think it was a 10-course dinner, like small portion. That's very typical, I think, for Chinese wedding. You get a lot of small dishes, very delicious, but all throughout dinner, there was like romantic music playing, and which our table sang along to a lot. I think that's why they shoved us in the corner. Everybody, they were on their phone, like they were not talking to each other. They were just on their phone the whole time. It's like, I don't know, it just didn't come across as a very joyous occasion, like a family get together, or seeing people you haven't seen for a long time, which is what's usually the case when I go to a wedding in Belgium. All these family members, which are not always fun, but you have to. It's very strange, but well. There was free flow champagne, of which I had way too many, and I paid for it on Sunday. I had a massive hangover, but I had fun. I was just hanging out with my friends, but in a bit of a different setting, and I'm glad I got to experience it. I don't think I'll be invited to any more Chinese weddings soon. So yeah, it was a special experience. So that's all for the questions today. Keep sending me questions. I forgot to say last week, send me questions. I love answering questions. I will reply. I got some more lined up. I will reply next week, but this is getting longer and longer, and I don't want it to get too long. I'm losing viewers, even though I'm very charismatic. Okay, stop it. Okay, so what I have planned for this weekend is tomorrow I'm going to be finishing French kissing. I hope so. I really want to finish it. Yeah. So I've covered that. Plus, I'll be stressing out. I hope that The Water's Edge gets a good boost in the rankings. Maybe it will go below 1,000. Who knows? I don't know. It would be good. And I've seen it happen. Not so much with lesbian books, but a lot of gay books. I subscribe to BookBub myself, and I follow the LGBT section. A lot of so gay romance books. Oh, they go straight up there. Like, I think yesterday there was one in the 200s or something, but at 99 cents. The lesbian ones that I follow, they usually don't go below 1,000 though. So I'm gonna see. I'll see. I will tell you all about it. I'll tell you all about it next week. Maybe give you some numbers. I don't know. It depends if I can get them from our distributor. And then, so tomorrow evening I'll be like completely destroyed. I'll be stressed out from stressing out all day. I'll be burned up. But Carol and I said we should go on a date. We go on a romantic date tomorrow evening to the beach club here on the island. Have a nice steak while overlooking the beach. Because I have to treat my woman well. She deals with me every day. She deals with all of this. It's not easy. She didn't tell me to say that, but honey, thank you for dealing with all my crap every day. And then on Sunday, we are doing some sort of urban race thing. I don't know. I hope it doesn't involve running because I don't run. It's some sort of. I think we have to make it from one place to the other. You can use public transport, and then you have to answer some questions. I don't know exactly. I don't know who lured me into doing this either, but it's something else to do, something fun to do. The weather's nice, and it's good to be outside. So these are my plans for the weekend. So I hope you have a lovely weekend. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I don't know. I try to pay attention to not say and I mean too much, but I kind of get lost when I talk like this, and I also try to sit still. So I hope that worked out, and I will only know when I watch it back, and then it'll be too late. There's nothing I can do about it anymore. Anyway, so that's it for me. Have a lovely weekend. I will see you next week, and peace out.